Hello and namaste to everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to yet another episode of On the Mic with Parth. Today we have a very special guest, a super awesome guest with us, Gesman Tamang. He is one of the most well-known mountain guides from Nepal who has been on 17 8,000-meter expeditions so far and has conducted over 30 high altitude rescues in super dangerous situations and super dangerous mountains. I met him in 2021 on my expedition to Annapurna 1 and I was completely captivated by his aura, by his calmness and by his presence. In 2021 when I was on Annapurna, he rescued 3 Russians from I think at the height of 7,000 meters. So Gesman Dai, who is a very strong, very experienced Sherpa, he decided that he would go up to rescue them. He was tied down on the long line and he went up to them. And he has conducted many rescues like this, saved many lives like these, and he was also part of Project Possible team, 14 Peaks team. You might have seen him in the 14 Peaks movie also on Netflix. So we spoke about a lot of things, from his childhood, from his preparation, to his crazy experiences that he has had in the mountains, to the good and the bad sides of being a guide in Nepal, to many more things. So, without much further delay, here is Gesman Tamangdai. If you're ready, I will start.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hello and namaste, Dai. How are you?
Very good, very good. Namaste.
Namaste, Dai. Namaste. Thank you so much for giving me your valuable time and speaking to me and my audience, because I'm sure whatever you have to say, a lot of people who are going to be watching this interview or hearing this interview will learn a lot about mountains, about how the Sherpa and Nepali community is helping the climbers from
Mm-hmm,
all over the world to achieve their
mm-hmm,
goals in the mountains. So we are very
mm-hmm.
excited to hear what you have to say. So where are you right now? What's going on?
Very good, very good. I'm like spending with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spending time with girlfriend. Yeah,
Very nice. You are in Kathmandu right now?
yeah.
So usually the climbing season is spring and autumn mainly. So what do you do in between? Is there some small treks going on, or right now it's just relaxing?
Some training,
Mm-hmm.
exercising, and this year I didn't go Pakistan.
Okay.
Just a little bit training here, self training for next expedition.
What is your next expedition? Where are you going next?
Maybe I'll join Manaslu.
In September,
Mm-hmm.
October?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, I remember first meeting you in 2021 at the Annapurna base camp where we met.
Yeah,
We were
yeah,
climbing
yeah, yeah.
Annapurna too. I remember in that expedition, after everybody had come down, there were 3 Russians were missing. We had no idea
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
are. So the heli first went up and spotted them. You were the one who went up on the long line and rescued those 3 Russians. And I have seen you doing multiple rescues ever since. One thing I want to ask you about rescues, especially on Annapurna, we'll speak about this in detail, but I remember you almost losing your life on that rescue on Annapurna. So what
yeah,
happened up
yeah, yeah.
there? Can you explain to me what happened up there?
I sent all three guys down, and I was in last. Weather is quite little bit bad, and helicopter captain told me, "Oh, gust wind is coming and hit helicopter." He said that, but it's all very dangerous. It was very dangerous,
So what happened to you? Did you fall
and
or
no, just he sent a rope on me, and I just click one carabiner,
yes?
and heli is going boom down, and it's like I'm a flying,
Oh,
and
you were
yeah,
on the rope?
Yeah,
Oh,
it does click one carabiner and a helicopter going like a boom down, and I'm like this. Helicopter is down, I was in up.
oh, oh, oh. So it must have been
Yeah.
a very hard swing. So were you hurt?
That day I don't feel,
Mm-hmm.
but next morning, like my this muscle is injured,
Ah,
and back and I come in Kathmandu and I went hospital, and I did a X-ray. They said, "Oh, your muscle is going long,"
oh,
and
oh,
I cannot wake up like this. I have to do everything like this from
oh,
side.
oh. So
Yeah,
how many days it took you to get recovered from that?
2 days.
Okay, because I remember reading about you in the next, I think a week it was, I'm not sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You were on Dholagiri rescuing two more
Yeah,
people there.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
I was not finally recovered, and Seven Summit Dawa told me, "Oh, you have to go again for rescue," and I feel okay, I can, and because I can read my body, I can or not, and it's
hmm,
quite better. Okay, I can. Then
hmm.
I moved it.
This one question comes in my mind when I'm speaking to you that you were in Kathmandu, those people were stuck on Dholagiri. Dawa called you to go there. So the question here that I have in mind is there were many people already. There were many Sherpas and climbers already at the Dholagiri base camp. So why did he call you? Are you in a way more qualified than the other Sherpas there to conduct rescues? Or what is the reason why he called you from Kathmandu and not use the people who are already there for the rescue?
Yes, maybe I'm qualified
Mm-hmm.
because I have another extra training, but I have a
Hmm.
experience. I
Hmm.
did 2019 also long line rescue from Annapurna, and before 2021 also I did a long line. That's why they request me.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the 2019 rescue all of us saw in the famous movie. So a lot of people know you from 14 Peaks movie. How was it climbing with Nims, who is now, you know, I think the most famous climber right now. So a lot of people who would be watching this would want to know from you how was the experience in 2019?
It was very nice. It was very nice because
Mm-hmm.
I climbed multiple new mountain. I did
Yes,
also. That
yes,
was is for me very nice. Yeah,
absolutely. And where are you from, Dai? Where were you born?
I born in Solokhumbu
Okay, that is the Everest
and
region.
Everest region, like a quite
Mm-hmm.
below, but
Mm-hmm.
I born in Solo. Yeah.
Okay, and how was your childhood like? Were you climbing all the
Uh,
time around?
no, it was quite hard
Mm-hmm.
because that when I was a child, that time is everything is quite not good at school. I have to walk,
Mm.
and but I have to climb so many times on a village, like a hill,
Mm-hmm.
for walk. Doing
Yes.
and easy to climb a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Those things help me to climb a mountain.
Absolutely. And when was that time in your life when you decided to be professionally into climbing mountains? How old were you? What was that instant? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Like I start my trekking. I start from Porter,
Mhm.
2005.
How old were you, Dai?
I was in 15.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was in 15 years old, and I start trekking from Porter, and I become like a cook,
Mm-hmm.
kitchen and cook
Mm-hmm.
and climbing. I start climbing 2019, 6,000 peak. I joined 8,000 2016.
Okay. Which
Yeah,
was your first 8,000?
Everest.
How was it the first time to climb Everest?
I cannot imagine. It's very very hard because my clients was 72 years old,
Oh, oh, okay.
and I bring him when we're going summit because I'm first time I have to summit, I have so much energy. I pull him to bring
Mm.
off to summit. And when I come down, it was very, 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 very
Mm.
hard to bring him
Mm.
down.
I remember climbing Everest also very hard. And
Very.
yes, yes, absolutely. So, all of us who are into climbing, we know about the Sherpas, the local climbing guides from Nepal. You guys are very strong, like
Thank you. Thank you.
more strong than even the best Western climber. What is the kind of training for climbing mountains that you do personally?
Personally, I'm doing jogging, morning walk, you know,
Mm-hmm.
running, and sometimes boxing
Mm.
and sometimes gym. Yeah.
And how many times in a week do you train? You train all 7 days?
No, no. Sometime like a full week,
Mm-hmm.
sometime 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And do you think there is a genetic factor because you are born at higher altitudes? So you think it helps you in climbing mountains better than people who live at sea level like me?
Maybe I think it doesn't matter. My father, he
Hmm.
cannot go like a 4,000 altitude because
Hmm.
he born also same when I born,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Okay.
but he cannot go 4,000 because I can go like 8,000. It's depend on maybe exercise, depend on
Hmm.
your blood,
Hmm.
and yeah, I think.
Okay, okay, absolutely. And to be a mountaineering guide in Nepal, what are the courses or the qualifications that one needs to do?
We have to do so many things
Okay.
introductory, basic rescue,
Hmm.
basic training, advanced training, high
Hmm.
mountain rescue. Yeah, so many things. And you can join after this, you can join component 1 and 2, 3, and you can become like a international mountain guide.
How many of these courses have you done?
I don't advance,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to join international too,
Hmm.
but it's quite it's nice, it's become very nice, and in
Mm-hmm.
future also it's nice, but because it's quite expensive too.
Okay. Is there any support from government side for young people who want to climb mountains, to help them do the courses? Is there any system like that, or you have to pay everything by yourself? How does it work?
Everything we have to pay everything.
Oh.
Government, they don't care about this. I don't know why they are not looking for this. Maybe in future,
Hmm.
maybe they will look, maybe they will think about this. I don't know now. No one helping. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we are not searching. Maybe we are not giving some information for this. I don't
Hmm.
know. Not
Hmm.
one problem. It's maybe our problem too.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the government gives what people ask for. Maybe the voice is not loud enough yet to demand something from the government. Because if you
Hmm.
shout loud enough in unity, I think, you know, there comes a point where government has no choice but to give you that. So I think in both our
Hmm.
countries, even India, it's not reached that point that, I mean, if some young person comes to you and tells you that he wishes to be a high altitude mountain guide, would you say yes or no to him? How do you see this career growing in future?
This situation, I cannot afford them to do this. Come in mountaineering field, so you have to do this. I cannot afford them because here is no safety.
Hmm.
And nobody care about insurance thing, about anything. And if we I heard this time, I heard some server guys first ride, they have a now helicopter rescue in a camp too from Everest.
Oh.
It's not safety, and I cannot recommend for young people to come climb and do guide. But I love to do this. For young people, if safety and security is nice, if become a better, then I can recommend them, do this, come here.
Hmm.
Now in this situation, I cannot recommend anyone.
That actually hurts me to hear this, that the situation is so bad that, Nepal is a country which has the highest and the most beautiful mountains of the world. And people
Yeah.
still from all over the world come to Nepal
Mm-hmm.
with their dreams of, climbing a mountain or having a nice holiday or whatever their purpose is. And you are the people who are, making it happen for them. And to
Mm-hmm.
hear this from your mouth that, I would not recommend a young person to pursue a career in this field makes me very sad to see that, this is the kind of faulty system that is existing in Nepal. It's a very sad thing, no?
Yeah, it's very sad because I'm sometimes I feel why I'm this field, because if
Hmm.
I have a problem, then nobody care me.
Hmm.
It's if I work in maybe some company, maybe they will give me they can help me, but this expedition taking is it's very nice.
Hmm.
Expedition, we have a very less chance to get a support.
In your perspective, in your eyes, what are the things that needs to be improved for it to be a career that everyone should have? See, no country, no system, no field of work is perfect, but we have to first identify those problems. That is the first step. Once you identify and speak about it, maybe then solutions can happen. So what are those points that you think that the system can improve to make the life of climbing guides better and the career of the young people who want to come in?
I think if a free school for who walking in the mountain, if I walk on the mountain, if my child have to learn some free school from
Mm-hmm.
government.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And maybe free insurance,
Mm.
you know, and people motivate, and maybe they can come more. We have to no school here for any mountaineers, no school, no insurance, and that's why quite going down, I think. Now so many climbers working in the mountain, they don't have a not look at me. I cannot also speak a lot of English, nice
Mm-hmm.
English.
Mm-hmm.
So many, more than 50% people, they cannot speak English.
Mm.
They cannot they don't know about a mountain. They don't have a training, because we have to pay everything for everything. And it's not enough. We have to pay school for kids,
Mm.
training, those things. And that's why maybe it's quite hard in the future, I feel. But I don't
Mm.
know, maybe it's coming better. I want to be better.
Of
But
course. Of course, of course. So, a question related to this. In the last, I think, 8, 9, 10 years, the Western world has started recognizing the efforts of the Sherpas and the local climbing guides. And
Mhm,
now everybody speaks about it. That, it is because of their support, it is because of their help, people from the West or India are able to come to the 8,000ers and achieve their goals. So, do you
mhm.
think, in terms of recognition and pay in salary, the situation for a climbing guide and a Sherpa has improved in the last 5, 6, 7 years?
No,
No?
no, because everything is expensive. Climbing gear are so expensive. But salary, no, because depend on a guide. If some guide, they have a very nice salary, and who come new, and they don't have another a fixed salary. And if they are doing nice and nice, more nice, more nice, they're learning, they're doing training something, they can get a nice salary.
Okay, okay, okay. I want to ask you this question because as you're speaking about this, I'm sure the people who are watching this would have this question in their mind. I know my audience. So
Uh-huh.
when you say salary keeps getting better with experience, so if a climbing guide is starting, for example, on a 8,000er, it's his first 8,000-meter expedition as a guide. What is
Mhm.
his salary per expedition? And as he keeps improving, what is the increase in that salary? Can you give some numbers so we get an idea of what the salary is like?
New people work like $1,000 to maybe 50,000, 15, like a $20,000, you know.
So 1,000 is
Yeah.
like from when you start as a climbing guide, and it can go up to, you are saying, $15,000 for an experienced guide.
Experience guys, that's $20,000 too. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you don't think with, for example, movies like 14 Peaks, or there are many movies or documentaries made by Discovery or Nat Geo on the life
Mhm.
of a Sherpa, the importance, the role of a Sherpa on a 8,000-meter expedition. You don't think the recognition and the respect and the understanding of your job has gone up a little bit in people's eyes?
We know everything what happening there, you know everything what happening there, what people do there, and when coming in here, it's like a different. If
Hmm.
news and people saying different, but how they climb there, they know inside how they did those summit, and when they are coming here they forgot and they start to talk like a different thing, you know
Hmm.
someone saying oh, this is for Serpa support. In front of Serpa they can say that. Why not Serpa is gone, they start to talk another. I saw so many people doing same thing.
You are saying they are speaking about Sherpas for their own selfish reasons, not to
Yeah.
actually support or not to actually make them recognized.
No, no, no. Very few people do that.
Hmm.
Very few people. But who have a good connection with the news thing, they
Hmm.
can speak like a truth thing. Who have another who they don't have who have not connection as nice thing, they can speak like a truth thing, but it's not coming
Hmm.
out.
Why do you think it's not coming out? Why do you think Sherpas are not able to right now go out? Because see, there are so many Sherpas, like for example, you have climbed, I think, 17 8,000-meter expeditions so far. So there are people like me who have done, very few, but we are
Mhm.
still able to go out and, get the recognition more than a Sherpa. Why do you think that is?
In this field, 90% people working less education people.
Hmm.
That's why maybe
Hmm.
even look at me I have not good education, but that's why I cannot come up. Like a 95 people working like because of education, I think.
Yes. No,
What
that's a very good observation, because right now in today's times, to make your work come out, you need to be able to communicate well, you need to be able to speak well. So I
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
the reason you pointed out, that education and not being able to speak English fluently, maybe that's the reason. But you are able to
Yeah.
speak English very well, Dai. I'm having a good time listening to your experiences. So this year in 2023, a lot of things went wrong on 8,000ers. Year by year, we are seeing rescues increasing, the cases of frostbites increasing, deaths increasing. So, from a climbing guide's perspective, what do you think your clients or the clients who are coming to Nepal are doing wrong?
Both thing is same. Clients, they have not enough experience.
Hmm.
and guide have not experience, because if clients have no experience, like a guide should be experienced, clients experience, then guide normal, it's okay.
Hmm.
But people looking always like a cheaper, and even they don't know who tomorrow who gonna be his guide or his guide, problem is this, I think, because people, okay, I climb a 10 times Everest summiter, and but how they climb, just they're carrying and having oxygen and climbing, but actually like what they need there, like how to guide, how to fix, if something, how to rate like a client's physical, if it's speaking nice and like oh my clients is okay, it's not okay, like he have to guide should be look everything, you know and maybe it's something missing there, I think, here something, yeah.
Well, that's a good observation. Especially, I mean, it's very sad for me to say this, but especially Indians, when they come to 8,000-meter climbing, they want to go with cheapest operators, and then when accidents happen, they blame their
Yeah,
Sherpas and climbing guides. It's a very
yeah,
sad
yeah,
thing to happen because, first of all,
yeah.
you want cheap, but you want the best service in that. It doesn't work like that, right?
It's, I think it doesn't matter to like about base camp service, those things, hotel service
Hmm.
is, it's nothing. It's
Hmm.
like every people can get easily, but for climbers, main important thing is like after base camp, and so like a
Hmm.
base camp, this, it's nice if there's so much thing there, but it's nice, but they should be know like about after base camp.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% because most people who I know, when they ask me, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
want to climb 8,000er next year, which company do you recommend? I say, okay, this company. They're like, okay, what kind of food they give? That's their first question. I'm like, okay, the first question you should ask is what is the qualifications of the guides working with them? You care about
Mm-hmm.
food? Then stay here, eat in the city
Yeah,
and
yeah.
keep eating your food. When a client is searching for a company, what are the points they should be looking at in order to select which company to go with for a expedition? What should they be looking at?
Maybe base camp service,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe here five-star hotel, Kathmandu.
That is important, huh?
Very few people talking who are gonna be my guide, very
Hmm.
few, because who done a before like a few mountains, they know what kind of guide then
Hmm.
we we need, and they afford like oh, I wanna be with him, I wanna do with him, and very like mostly now most clients they don't care about the guide, like a company said okay, I'll give you this, but tomorrow is when here they're coming is different.
It's happened with me also.
Yeah.
It's happened with me. I was promised, this guide. I'm not gonna say the
Uh-huh.
names because, I don't
Uh-huh.
want to. But then at the base camp, it was a complete surprise for me. I'm like, where is this guy? He's on Everest. I'm on
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Annapurna. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, amazing. So I understand what you were saying. This season on Everest, we saw a video of yours and Gelje Sherpa, which went very viral. You were inside a small crevasse at, I think it was between Camp 1 and
Uh-huh,
Camp
uh-huh.
2. It was between Camp 1 and Camp 2.
Camp to, yeah, yeah.
So you were
Yeah.
rescuing a fellow Sherpa climber who had fallen into the crevasse. So what happened and how was it to be inside a 60-meter crevasse and rescuing somebody? How was that experience? What happened up there?
Oh, he was in like a Cameron kitchen boy,
Mm-hmm.
and he won all the thing in Camp 2 for Dipachit. He's going up, and he didn't use like a crampon, those like a harness. There is like a quite different, like a quite little hard leather, and it's moving leather. And one guy going some leather, and he said, "Okay, it's quite dangerous, and you can jump from there." And he's going to look for jump, and there is like a stepping, like a snow,
Mm-hmm.
just broke that snow, and he going inside. Yeah,
Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. And then how long after that was he rescued? How long was he inside the crevasse?
maybe more than 4 hours.
Oh. And where were you when all of this happened?
I was in camp 2 and taking race. I was planning to go summit push, and we're one day race in camp 2, and I wasn't taking race inside tents. And someone coming and calling me, "Oh, you have to go for rescue, blah blah." And I asked them, "He's alive?" And he said, "He's alive. If he dead, wanna do,
Mm-hmm.
but he said, "Oh, he's live." Then okay, then I can do. Then
Mm-hmm.
I just moved. But I'm there already. Galden come from base camp by
Mm-hmm.
helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
and inside, like, a quite hard to communicate. He forgot to bring a radio. I bring radio, and I'm going also inside. Yeah, it was quite scary and
Yeah.
very hard to rescue him.
Mm.
Almost more 3 hours. It's going very deep and fully covered snow. And yeah, I'm
Wow.
surprised he's alive, and all like 30 meter, more than 30 meters.
I saw that video and the photo was like this much wall, and in between you two are there trying to bring
Mm-hmm.
him out. And it was so scary to imagine that even if the ice moves a little bit, all three are gone, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So does
Yeah.
that fear come in your mind? What was going on when you were inside in your mind?
When I'm going, I didn't feel anything. Like I wasn't there inside. We need snow shovel, and all we need is snow shovel, and helicopter bring snow shovel, and helicopter bring snow shovel, and helicopter land near Kharpach. There is like so many, like a loose snow, and
Hmm.
I was so scared that time. Helicopter gone, and we are just removing him. And when after rescue, I was in last,
Hmm.
and like this victim and Galjan and me, I was in last. And I was so scared too, because if helicopter coming early, then I was in inside. Loose snow is coming down, then problem. Then I'm
Oh.
luckily coming out, and helicopter are coming. Yeah.
Oh. And how many such rescues have you done, Dai, so far?
I done so many,
Hmm.
because some dead bodies, some like live. 2021, I
Mm-hmm.
rescue five.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. Oh, six.
Mm-hmm. And Dai, how do you feel when you bring somebody out alive and you know that they are alive because of you? How does that make you feel?
It's very nice. It's like I cannot explain that feeling. Like someone life, and I saved them. I cannot explain that feeling. No, I don't have any word about this. How someone died rescue? It's like it's bad. It's bad. It's like I don't know what is wrong. Who did wrong? Like a client or guide who they who have like who did a wrong, and someone died there, then it's very bad.
When you save somebody's life, in India, we say that their life belongs to you now, you know,
Hmm.
and the blessing that they will give you for the rest of their life. I think that's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah, I have a very good relation with India.
Mm-hmm.
When I like 10 years with the Indians in Kailas, where maybe 12,000 people, maybe 20,000 people. Like I know so many people from India, and they knows me. And yeah, it's very nice.
Have you been to India?
Yeah.
Where?
New Delhi.
Mm-hmm. From a client's perspective, from a person who wishes to go to climb mountains, but they don't know what exactly the job or the role of a Sherpa climbing guide is. As a client, if I come there, I have to just walk and do some very basic things to climb that mountain. But my
Hmm.
guide and the support staff, they are doing the actual hard work. So what
Yeah,
are
yeah,
the
yeah.
roles? What are the roles of a Sherpa?
They have a big role. We have a big role. You know that fixing rope,
Hmm.
carrying rope, food, take care them, take care clients, cook, so many things. And someone they cannot do that. Some servers they cannot do that. Even they don't know how to do that. New servers, and that time is problem. Some people they wanna help for new people. Some people they want help but they cannot help. Because of altitude, because of they are also tired.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite hard to climb 8,000, but it is nice. I love this.
How do you feel when, see, I'm a climbing guide also here in India, okay? I lead treks, small treks and big expeditions also, not 8,000, 6,000,
Mhm.
7,000, and very small weekend treks in Maharashtra in the Sahyadri mountains. Even if it's a
Uh-huh.
very small trek and I'm able to lead my clients up on the summit, as a guide, they will never understand how I feel to see them achieve, even if it's a small mountain. So, as a guide who has led so many people on these 8,000-meter summits, how is that feeling when you see them reach their goal as a guide? How do you feel, man?
It is like sometimes so scared, and sometimes it's it's very nice.
Hmm.
On a mountain normally it's quite scary because so many new peoples and there how they have to walk, how they have to do so much thing. Sometimes it's quite scary on a line, and but it is very happy to see every year more clients people's coming and explore the mountain climbing.
I met you last time in Manasulu in 2022 autumn when we met.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
remember you were with a man who is visually blind, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I was completely blown away by seeing this. How is he able to climb without seeing, going over crevasses and, steep sections, ridges, this
Mm.
and that, without seeing? How is it for you as a guide, one-on-one guide, to be with a client who cannot see? How do you make him climb the mountains?
First time when I was in like a guiding blind people, blind guy, then I feel like so scary. How do this, and but when I met him and speak with him and working with him, then he have a lot of experience
Hmm.
about mountaineering. He
Hmm.
trained a lot of time. That's why very easy for me. He knows everything about climbing. I don't need to do anything for him. He
Oh.
can harness, crampon, everything, changing jumar, everything he can do. But it's quite late. Then if I do the for helping him, then it's quite fast. Yeah, he's amazing. We did Everest together in this spring, last spring. Only problem for him, crevasses.
Crevasses.
Yeah, otherwise he have no problem. He's
Wow.
really
So is it like he holds you, your bag or something, and walks with you?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Are you planning to climb with him again?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He wanna climb Makalu, and he telling me I wanna do Makalu with you. Then
Hmm.
okay, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's crazy, man, because in life, people who are in routine life, even if something so small happens to them, they behave
Mm-hmm.
and they act like their whole world is over. If
Yeah,
a
yeah.
breakup happens, they want to die. If they lose their job, they want to kill themselves, you know. But here on the other side, there are people like him who cannot see with their eyes, but they did not let that affect their life. They
Mm-hmm.
used that opportunity to rise, to get better. And it's so inspiring to see people like him and
Yeah.
you who help people like him also. in climbing mountains, because I don't think most guides, would accept a client who cannot see. Oh, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Which is your most favorite mountain to climb?
Amadablam. It's
Ahmedabad.
nice.
Why?
It's everything is there, you know. Rock climbing, ice climbing, snow climbing. Not long, short. Yeah, that's why it's
Hmm.
quite technical.
And which is your favorite 8,000-meter mountain?
8,000 meter favorite one. Everyone is same. Everyone's.
Uh-huh. I have a fiance who is a French, and you have a girlfriend who is from the West also.
Yeah, yeah.
How is it like? Because India and Nepal almost same. Even if it's two
Same.
different countries, it's almost same. We eat same kind of food, we look the same almost, and it's the culture is same. How has that been to have a partner from the Western country? I'm asking you because even I have the same.
How is your feeling?
See, there are many things different on the surface level, like the food
Mm-hmm,
that we eat, or the religion where she comes from, the kind of
mm-hmm.
life she has had, the beliefs, the education. Those things are very different. But because we know that we love each other, that is more important for us than any differences that are there in our lives. So that is why, because of these differences on the surface, sometimes we fight, sometimes there are disagreements, but we know that we are rooted, grounded in the core, that is the love that we have for each other. So how has your experience been? If you're comfortable speaking about it.
Same, same. Like we love each other, and we you know, because of love, you know, it doesn't matter food and
Hmm.
this. I don't know. How can I explain?
No, I understand what you are saying. So I completely understand, because I've in the last 2.5, 3 years, I've gone through the same thing, and it's beautiful how the power of love can make these differences not affect you. It doesn't matter because you love them. It's finished. It's very simple. No, when you are climbing mountains, when you are out there for a few months, for a few weeks to a few months, how is it for your partner? Is she scared? Does she worry?
Yeah, he always feels scared and worry about me, you know, more than herself maybe.
Does it make you want to be more safe and responsible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It, it's that feeling's coming, you know.
Hmm. Before ending this conversation, is there any message that you would like to give to any people who want to climb mountains, who are looking for some guidance?
I like to say it's doesn't matter to climb a mountain. It doesn't matter to the be fit. You know, be
Hmm.
always be fit,
Hmm.
and they can do if anyone are fit, they can like a climb. They can do whatever they want. You know.
Absolutely. I think it's a very good advice that only and only if you are physically and mentally fit,
Yeah.
you can do anything in your life. Yes. Thank you so much, Dai, for giving
Thank you.
me your time. And I really look up to you. I'm very inspired by the work that you do, especially putting your life in risk to rescue people who you don't know, who you've never met. Maybe you will never meet them, but to be able to put your life in risk
Mm-hmm.
to help them, I think it's the most beautiful thing any human being can do. And without the help of the Nepali climbing community, the Sherpas, the guides, I don't think 99% people who climb in Nepal could ever climb the mountains. So,
Yeah.
always heartfelt thanks to you and all of you for doing what you do to make us reach our dreams. Thank you so much, Dai, and I look forward to meeting you very soon.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much, too.
Thank you so much, Dai. Thank you.